we were able to take off from there. So.
It's the biggest comeback in team history in 12 years.
Uh-huh.
So what does it maybe say about this team kind of fighting through the first 18 minutes or so and finding a way to turn the game around?
Yeah, I mean, this team believes in itself. I think when you play defense the way we're able to play defense, ball was really moving, I thought, at times too. Got out in transition. We really haven't seen us in transition like that. Those are the things that we have had to do to try to turn that game around, and it's kind of fed itself. So, but this team believes in each other, and no matter who we put out on the floor, they root hard for each other, and it's good for us to get a win like this because we've been kind of struggling a little bit in the last couple games to try to find some consistent energy, and tonight, we definitely had it. So,
Chris,
yeah.
Defensively, what were you seeing at the beginning? What did you see afterwards?
I just, it was kind of he was a little slow to react, getting beat down the floor. I mean, getting beat, down the lane. Didn't challenge stuff early enough. Was a little hesitant. Just kind of, angle was bad. Just kind of letting the game come to him, and and then he stepped up. He got a big block from there, and then he's such a driver of our kind of defensive intensity too. So if he's playing like that, then we feed off of it.
Coach,
as far as your ability to coach, how much deeper do you have to dig within yourself to bring out the best in your team?
I mean, my job is obviously to, get them ready to play every night. With this team, you don't have to dig so deep to kind of motivate them. They're pretty motivated. We just focus on what we think we need to do to win, and just keep reminding them of those messages. We also have to remind ourselves of who we are and why we're good. Sometimes with a team, believe it or not, you might forget that during a season. You got to stick to your identity, and we lost our identity the last couple games, and we found it again tonight. So it's defense. It's defense on the ball, and it's defense at the rim, and we got a lot of guys who can really guard on the ball, and they didn't do that in the Lakers game, and they didn't do that for the first, quarter and a half tonight. But then they showed up and started doing it again. So.
Chris, when you're down 22 in the second, is it alarming, or in this NBA, is it doable?
I mean, it's clearly doable, but we see it almost on a nightly basis now. 20-point leads are the new 10-point leads. It's the way guys can shoot, the pace of the game. Just a lot of different things feed into these big runs that we see right now. But yeah, so it's just important to just kind of focus on the game plan, and adjust if you need to. But there's a lot of basketball. These games are long.
Kind of seen every night's taking on a different flavor in the 4 games you play with
Yeah.
Cat out. Ant goes crazy one night. Na's career high. Now Na goes for a season high tonight. I guess just is it kind of this one of these things where you're seeing different guys step up, try to fill this void on a nightly basis?
That's happening, I think, for sure, and we're going to need it to happen. I mean, that we have a very deep team, and that depth helps you in a lot of ways. We can help you when you have injuries or foul trouble, but it also needs to help you by spreading the production. You're never going to replace Cat's skill and on-demand scoring, but the ball is really moving right now. We're getting a lot of stuff in transition. We're driving it multiple times. They're putting 2 or 3 guys on Anthony at times. He's making the right play, and that's unlocking a lot of great offense for his teammates.
You're all 1 of 82, but given where you guys are, no Carl, where you were in the standings, especially related to these guys coming into tonight, how important of a win maybe is tonight?
Yeah, we talked about it beforehand. It's a tiebreaker game. And you never know how these things are going to shake out. So every advantage when the race is as tight as it is, every advantage is huge. We definitely framed this game as a huge game for us, as a bounce back from our performance the other night. Team's not lost 3 in a row all year, and I think that was important to him as well. So there was a lot of reasons that this was a big game.
What's the update from Dr. Free on Rudy?
Some left rib soreness. So don't ask me which rib it is. So. Thanks, guys.